Oh, yeah. See, we plan ahead. That way we don't do anything right now. Earl, explain it to me.
Now, say my name.
All right, guys, have you heard about the Disney and Sony little bit of a merger with their physical media going on?
Yeah, pretty interesting thought that they're doing there.
Yeah, Sony's going to be taking over all physical media releases of Disney. And considering that, for Disney, they've had prior relationships with like Mill Creek Entertainment. And so they've had some of their Touchstone releases come out through them. And, we've seen Shop Factory release Gravity Falls, which was a Disney show. And we've thought for years, like, we're never going to see like any of these movies or TV shows. And now all of a sudden, Disney's like, "Hey, Sony, you wanna send some money this way? Because you could take over our distribution of all of our titles because we got out of the physical media market. We abandoned it in Australia. So what you got for us, Betty's?" And it's like, God damn you motherfuckers. You just had to just wait and abandon everything. Best Buy's pulling out of physical media. I mean, this is largely going to be a physical media discussion, but we haven't seen something like this since I want to say Fox sold its movie TV division over to Disney, and then they took the library and they largely did nothing with it. However, Disney is still going to be putting out James Cameron films. Aliens, True Lies, and The Abyss come next month. So kind of a weird transition where they're still putting out some big name movies or for big name directors, but they're also going to be shipping off the rest of it. So I don't know, Steve Fodor, what do you think about this deal?
I'm mostly out of physical media. I am mostly all digital. The occasional well done product that I buy on physical media is rare at this point. So I think Sony is not gaining a huge amount of funding in this deal, and I don't think Disney's losing anything here. So I think it's another handshake between those two companies. I think Tom Holland is in charge of distribution.
Tom Holland. That's pretty good.
That whole Spider-Man, is sort of Sony, kind of Disney, and he's on DVD.
Yeah, all three Spider-Man movies and a Doctor Strange movie and whatever he was in Civil War, right? Yeah. And the Avengers movie. So he's been the through line for Disney and Sony. So kudos, Tom Holland. Love you, buddy. Thank you for keeping it rocking. But, as a physical media guy myself, I'm fine with this. This is just the market contracting. Like, physical media is dwindling. We've known this decline has been on the way for a long time. It's just happening a lot quicker than a lot of us suspected. There's still a good market out there for physical media. Boutique labels are going to pick up the slack. And then we're going to have a couple big name labels like hopefully Warner Brothers doesn't decide they want to go pitching a fit and throwing their distribution off to somebody else. But if they do, we have a couple studio idea names for you, Warner Brothers, that would gladly pick up Nightmare on Elm Street, which is rumored to be getting a 4K release this year. So now, Skeeter, are you a physical media guy? What do you think of some of this news?
With 3,000 DVDs, 750 Blu-rays, couple hundred 4K. Yeah, I'm a bit of a physical media guy. Same with, I'm happy to see that they're going to keep it going for a while, but at the same time, I'm worried they're going to pull that Disney Vault crap, where, we'll release this in a few years, but, we're keeping it in the vault. So hopefully Sony doesn't follow that example that Disney's doing. Ooh, what do we got?
Yes, Jeff, we know you have special toys.
Laser disc.
Laser disc.
Hey, people recognize it on this panel. All right.
I got
I don't have many.
I got
This is
3
like
laser
about
discs.
number like 4 and 5 of the collection. So
I've got a former student who's now a full-fledged adult, and she collects laser discs and frames them and makes them the art in her entertainment room, and it's beautiful. There's some beautiful artwork. That's really all it comes down to for me is what does that art look like? As somebody who worked the video store for long enough, looking at cover art long enough, knowing physical media on so many different levels, I admire that artistry, but I'm not buying physical media at this point.
no, that's very understandable. Like either are like you could be any number of ways when it comes to physical media. You could be like, hey, this is taking up too much space. I've seen plenty of people who had like massive collections, like the size of my entire house, and they're down to like maybe like one bookshelf of things that, you know, these are the gems of the collection. The rest of it can go because if I have accessibility to it digitally, that's fine. The only kind of problem that comes with some of that is we're starting to see certain libraries pulling titles. Like Sony PlayStation had the infamous incident this year where they started yanking off a bunch of TV titles for whoever the license was for. It was a lot of titles. We might be seeing some of that, but if you're getting it like say like on iTunes, possibly. Apple does not have that same issue. They have enough money to retain licenses, keep things floating around. Most things will find a home somewhere digitally. It's just what are you willing to do to keep following it along? Like it could be on Pluto one week, like say a TV show like Farscape, or it could also be on the Shout Factory TV channel on YouTube, which is playing it 24/7 on some occasions. Or you could just find it on Prime, but there might be a time when Prime pulls it off and you got to go looking for the alternate avenues. That's the only problem with streaming. It almost feels, I'm going to say it, it almost feels a little bit like the old video store days. Oh, this video store didn't have it. I'm going to go to the other one on the other side of town. They might have it.
Yeah,
if they don't, I got Blockbuster like the town over, and I could probably hit that up and grab it too. But this is a little more at your disposal, immediate disposal. You don't have to go running around looking for it. So I can see the easy argument on like, you know, it's available digitally somewhere. My concern is more about the titles that never made the jump to digital. They never made it to DVD. They never made it to Blu-ray. They never made it even to 4K or any sort of digital transfer. That's the case for like some of these like very older movies, which for one reason or another, they never got the transfer. The license is like in complete cluster. You don't know what's going on. Like, let's all be honest. Did we ever think Batman, the 66 series, was ever going to get released on DVD? I don't think any of us ever expected that. And then like, what, 4 or 5 years ago, it actually happened. And we were all like, whoa, buy it now before somebody changes their mind.
It was just on my desk. I don't know where it went. But you're right. Yes.
I gladly bought that thing. I didn't get the one with the toy car, but I got that set. And my wife and I are actually planning on watching that sometime this summer on our outdoor screen. So that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to your point where you're willing to purchase it in different forms, it's like the joke on Men in Black where Tommy Lee Jones is like, looks like I'm going to have to buy the White Album again. There are certain movies that I have that I call the White Album because I have them on like VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, now 4K. And it sounds silly, but you know, some pieces of physical media are not so much worth money, although this is worth $400 now. But it's sentimental. Like I love Ghostbusters. I have Ghostbusters on every format, and Ghostbusters has been pretty much my first disc ever since I don't want to say digital, but disc format came out. Like it's always been Ghostbusters has been my first one. And so to finally get this one in 4K and have the limited edition one, It was nice. It was real nice.
Yeah, I get it on the White Albums lists, but are you buying modern films on physical media?
Some, yes, like Cocaine Bear. Well, no, I mean, you know what? I do buy a lot of physical media, like because
Okay, Bear, you're snorting the cocaine off of this.
no, like I will buy new things all the time. Now it just really depends because a lot of the new movies that have come out in the last couple months have really kind of sucked. So I haven't bought so many.
How about you,
yeah,
Skeeter?
I do.
Oh, geez. Where to start with all that? Yeah, I still buy a lot of the newer movies for physical media, but same time, if it's on any digital streaming, I'll watch it there. Just convenience of flipping a remote. But like Kevin, he's got Ghostbusters. Me, it's Goonies. Had it since VHS. Gotten every single copy of it for 4K is the highest I got. Same with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Just never get done with that movie. That's the two top movies I always have to have in my collection. So
I think of it more of a nostalgia for those White Album titles.
yeah,
those are the ones that if they weren't available, you would be upset. That Saturday you want to watch that movie.
Right.
I've got a copy of Convoy 1978 for because it was released on DVD, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen that in so long. I bought it on DVD and I have that. I've got Better Off Dead, which was not available streaming for a good long time. Now it's available. Convoy is too. So I don't know. It's for that moment that you want to watch that movie. And that doesn't come up very often in my lifestyle. I just want to watch something, whether it's the new thing or if the White Album that, Contact, for instance, there you go. Contact. I will have a physical copy of Contact on my shelf all forever because I will want to watch that specific film when specific nostalgia kicks in.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Jodie Foster one?
Yeah. Matthew McConaughey, Jodie Foster. It's beautiful. It is
Love that movie.
Great film.
Yeah. My White Album would probably be the movie Halloween and Dark City. I own it on basically every format ever. My Halloween Laserdisc is completely in a different side of this room and very well protected and still sealed. I don't have a Laserdisc player. I just have some of these just for whatever reason. I like the art, and some of them are some of my favorite films. But like those are the two that even if I had to get rid of like 90%, those are the two I would not get rid of like at all. Now, Steve, you mentioned Convoy. Do you have any others that might be a White Album for you? Or
I don't know if Convoy goes on my White Album list. It's just something that I have on a DVD because it was unavailable for a while.
Sure.
But my White Album list, boy, what do I watch constantly? I've got the Mel Brooks collection.
There you go.
Give me those Mel Brooks films anytime. All the Monty Python, everything Monty Python's ever put out, I've got on a physical media. Just in case, and a few episodes. Okay, and the entire View Askew, that Kevin Smith, not our Kevin Smith, that Kevin Smith collection of films.
The real Kevin Smith.
Those are all autographed. Those are all special. I've talked to those guys so often, and those are physical media so that I have those moments.
And those guys specifically are genuinely so fucking nice that you want to support them and like keep buying the shit and go seeing them and stuff. I get that.
Yeah.
Dude, we should all be on a cruise right now that the Jay and Silent Bob cruise is happening today and yesterday and tomorrow. And I keep staring at the schedule going, oh, I would go to that. I would go to that. I'm not on the boat, but I could think about it.
Aw.
Think about it. Here, do you want to borrow my VR helmet? And you could like do the little kayaking thing.
There you go.
Visit it virtually. Yep. And I am Jeff. You can find me at Suns and Shadows. I handle the mainstream social media accounts. So that's where I am at. I usually just do editing and some hosting here, and we have a good fun time with everybody. We love the live streams. We're getting our feet under us. We're starting to feel this. So thank you everybody for tuning in. All you live streamers, hey, please hit that like button, comment down below. You got any thoughts on any of the headlines we had below, or anything that we didn't cover? We'd like to hear about it so we can include those more in the future. And please be sure to hit that subscribe button, or if you're on Rumble, hit that follow button. We want you with us. We're working our way towards getting to some goals. We'd love to have you along. We always have good conversations. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see you all next time.